and welcome back to SLE Equipment. Today we're going to be doing an instructional video on this 8.5 by 20 custom porch concession trailer. We're going to get started here. This video and trailer is for Mr. William Vaughn. The first thing we're going to talk about is we're going to show you how to hook up the electrical and how to do that properly and safely. Now please remember that this is 240 volts of electricity. It's a very dangerous amount of electricity, so you always want to take precautions and do it the right way with the right steps. So what you want to do first is you want to plug in here. This is a 50 amp twist lock plug. Okay, so you're going to put it in, twist it, and then you've got the collar that locks down and threads onto this. Once you have that, at that point you're going to hook it into your power source, whichever one of those power sources may be, whether it's a shore power like we're using today, or whether you're going to have a generator sitting on your generator platform that you see here. Now, you want to make sure before you plug into your power source that the breakers are off or that your generator is not on and running. Reason for this is because you don't want the power supplied. You want it safe and dead for when you're hooking everything up. So you're hooking this up, and then you're going to hook it into your power supply where the breaker is turned off, or your generator, which is currently not running as you're hooking up your power cord. Now inside here, this is your 36 inch by 36 inch access door. This is essentially your utility closet, if you will. Now this trailer here has got a 24 by 24 mop sink installed. This is your water heater. This is a propane on-demand water heater. So as you can see, you got your propane connection here. This valve here, anytime you're in line with the valves, that means you're up and running. When it goes across, your gas is shut off at that point, and we'll go into a little bit more of that with the rest of the propane here in just a second. Over here in the trailer, we have your electric panel. So inside the electric panel, of course, you're going to have your breakers. Now each one of your plugs inside the trailer is a 20 amp plug, as you can see by here, and they're all on an independent circuit as well. So you have your main 100 amp breaker here, and then you've got 20 amp plugs for each of the others. If the breakers are pushed into the middle, they are on. So you want to make sure that all the breakers are on before you get fired up and running. This is a battery charger for this here, for the 12 volt battery that you see here in the floor. As you see, anytime you're plugged in, that green light on the bottom should be glowing. The green light tells you that you are up and running with your charger. So what's going to happen is that charger is going to kick on anytime you're plugged into a shore power connection or your generator and trickle charge that battery. As long as that battery's charged up, you will be able to run your lights and your water pump without being plugged into anything as far as a power connection. Right here you've got your 12 volt fuse panel. You can see here beside the fuses there's a little light. If any of those lights are glowing red, that means you've got a blown fuse in that particular spot. So that's something else to check. If you have some lights or something like that, or the water pump's not working, first place you want to come is to this fuse panel. Make sure you don't have any red lights on. That's your 30 gallon fresh water tank there. As you can see, that this clear line here, that's a vent line. Over here, this is your water fill. So this is where you're going to fill your waste tank, your fresh tank, if you are going somewhere that you are not going to have a water source supplied. This is going to be your city water fill connection. So inside here, as you can see, you got two ports. This one is attached to that hose we just looked at that's going to fill your freshwater tank. This one here, if you're going to an event or you're somewhere where you have fresh water supply, then you can just hook a food grade hose straight up to here, bypass your pump and your water tank, and just have fresh, constant water. This is the outside of your water heater here. So inside this access panel door, you do have a little switch right here. You want to make sure that that switch is on. as that switch is on, that means you're going to be up and running. Now, right here, this is your release valve. You will get an instructional video also on how to winterize it properly, but what you're going to want to do for this is you're going to open that valve and you're going to blow air into a valve that I will show you also in this video, and it will blow all the water out of here. This is very important in these particular water heaters, with this being a propane on demand. As you can see, you've got copper back there. It's thin copper. If you don't blow it out and it gets below freezing temperatures, they will freeze and bust every time. So want to avoid that at all costs. So very important that you winterize them if it's going to get down below freezing. I've got a crank jack here on this corner. Got them on all four corners of this trailer. So this is going to be a 3/4 inch socket. So you can hook a electric impact to that with a 3/4 and just lower those down. These are for stabilization only. I cannot stress that enough. These are not to lift and hold the weight of the trailer. They are just to keep it from rocking when you're set up and leveled up. Moving right along, right here, this is going to be your waste tank drain. So you've got a valve here, it's just a pull valve. Just pull that, and that's going to let all your water out of your tank. You can see we've been testing, so there's some in there. Right here, you got two different connections. You can either do a 3/4 hose connection, or you can do a 3-inch RV style hose. You're going to want to find somewhere that you can dump this legally. It is gray water, it's not black water, but still it needs to be dumped in a proper location. This trailer did get upgraded axles, so this has two 7,000 pound axles, and it also got the mag wheel upgrade. Looks really sharp. Very important here, you want to make sure that the lug nuts all the way around are secured, tightened. We recommend 120 foot-pounds of torque on those. You want to check that before you leave out each time, just to make sure everything is safe and ready to go. Behind that cap, you're going to have a grease fitting. You're going to want to pull that cap off and grease the axle once a year or every 10,000 miles is the recommendation. So you're going to want to do that for each side moving forward from here. They are already greased, but you're going to want to keep up with that as a maintenance. This trailer did get a 6-foot porch. So we got 6-foot porch, 36-inch railing. We have a Gorilla Trailers 250-gallon reverse flow smoker on the back here. Very nice. We have another crank jack here, and as you can see, there's also a roller wheel. That roller wheel is going to prevent the back of the trailer from dragging the ground, and also help protect those jacks should you go up a steep incline or a parking lot, something of that nature. Across the back here, this railing back here is removable. So should you have to for whatever reason, take the smoker off the porch, you just undo these little latches here, and that will remove off to where you can get the smoker off. Over here, we got another crank jack there, as well as another roller wheel under there. Seven Ks with the mags again. Over here we do have an electric awning. I don't have the awning out. I will show you running out and bringing it back in. I just didn't want to leave it open. It's a little windy today, so didn't want to get any damage on it. So I'll show you at work, but I'm not going to leave it out. It's a 5-foot concession window with glass and screens, and you got a little flip-up counter here. All you do is just push down this and this at the same time, and that will let it fold down. Also got a couple exterior LEDs here and here, and got some loading LEDs here, and as well as you have one here on the porch as well. This trailer also got a little 3x3 pass-through window, so that whoever's working the grill can pass the stuff through the window into the kitchen. Nice little touch. Okay, moving right along. This portion of the video is by far the most important portion. We're going to talk about how to safely turn on and turn off the propane system. This is, again, very important because, as you know, propane is a very flammable gas and can be very dangerous if the proper steps are not taken, or if signs that something is wrong are ignored. You know, you just can't play with propane. It can be very dangerous. So first things first, you're going to have a connection here from the regulator to the tank. Now, as you can see, your tanks are empty in this trailer, so I'm hooked up to a tank that we have here that does have propane in it. So your hose from your regulator we have it hooked into this tank. Now, one key thing to know, these threads are backwards. They're left-handed, as opposed, so you turn it to the left to tighten it, turn it to the right to loosen it, so backwards from normal. And the first thing that you want to do before you turn on anything, before you do anything with your propane system, you are going to want to open up your concession window and turn on that vent fan in there. As you can see by the lights, and you can probably hear it, I have that vent running right now. Very important that you have as much ventilation as possible before you turn the gas on to the trailer. Once we have the vent fan on, you got your window open, now you're ready to come out here and turn on the gas. All you're going to do here is turn on this. So open the valve on the tank, and then you're going to come to here. Now this, right now I have it open, of course, but normally this, when you're shut down, this will be turned sideways and it'll be running across the valve. The valve will be this way. When you turn this valve to the on position, you should only hear one little burst. You should just hear psh, and then it shuts, and then it stops. If you hear continuous gas, immediately shut this back off. One of two things has happened. Either you have a leak, or one of your knobs on one of your pieces of equipment is not in the off position. And that's something also that you need to do before you turn your gas on. You need to make sure that all the knobs are in the off position on each one of the appliances. So once you turn this on and you're not hearing any hissing or anything like that, then you are good to go at that point with the propane. I'll move inside the trailer. This particular unit does get it has an RV style door, so it does have the full screen in it. So you can shut it, and you have a full screen door there with your regular door wide open. Also a nice touch on a nice day like it is today. Coming on in the trailer, have as you can see here, we have your sandwich prep on and working. It's nice and cool in there. Got a little stainless steel work table, deep fryer, 2-burner hot plate, and a 24-inch griddle. Over here on this side, we do have a 23 cubic foot fridge and freezer, as well as a proofer. Note, a nice negative 0.36 degrees. And over here we're at 39.4 on your fridge. Let's fire this proofer up and show you that it works. So everything is up and running there. Here we got your concession window, your table with your undershelf at the window. As you can see, I do have the plug checker in there, and that plug to show you that it is working as well. Obviously these plugs are working, or the equipment wouldn't be on and working. Now underneath here, it's just going to be some extra storage. That's your fresh water tank there. Mop sink here. So you do have access to everything needed under here. This is the line I was telling you about when we were talking about the winterization and blowing out that, that water heater. So same thing here. You're just going to hook an air compressor to that air fitting there and open up the valves. Come inside here, open up the valves on the sink, each one of them, and just let it blow the water out of the lines. Once you're blowing air and not water, then you are winterized at that point and good to go. Over here on the wall, we have your control panel for the water heater. As you can see, it's set on 122 degrees. Turn that on. Now, with this being propane on demand, it does have to heat. So as you can see, it's already climbing. As long as you have that little flame right there blowing, that means that it is doing what it's supposed to be doing. Now, it will take it just a minute, but it will get to where it's supposed to be at that magic number of 120. There you go, 120 degrees, that's where we need to be. All right, now, right here, that is your water pump, okay? That's your water pump switch. Inside here, what you want to do is make sure that when you turn this pump on, if you're running off of the fresh tank, you just want to come in here and turn your valves on, have the pump on, turn on the valves, and then once you get good constant water, that's really when you want to turn on the water heater at that point, because you know you don't have any air or anything like that in the lines. So just make sure that you got constant water here, constant water in the hand sink, and then from there, go ahead and hit the button here and turn on your water heater, and you're good to go. All right, so moving right along. I'm going to show you now how to light this equipment. The burners are really simple. So you just have a pilot light right here. Knobs will remain in the off position here, and you're just going to take a lighter and light there, right there, and it's going to light both of them for you. As you can see, there's another one there. At least it did for me on this first. A lot of these are different depending on brand, but I just lit this one, and this one lit on it. This one right here lit as well. So good to go there. And then you just turn your knob. Got flames. You are cooking. Good there. Now for your griddle, same kind of thing here. You're going to leave these in the off position. Do not turn these on to light the pilot. Got this little access port here, and as you can see in there, you can see the pilot's. So you just stick your long grill lighter through the access port here and light each one of those. Once those are lit, then at that point you just turn the burner on. There you go. Turn this one on too. And you are cooking. Now, go ahead. I'll show you how to light the fryer here. This one's a little bit different. So you have a little knob down here, and this pot where it says pilot here, you're going to turn it to this spot right here. There's a little knob right there where you're lining up. Right now I've got it in the on position because I've already lit the pilot. But what you'll do is you'll have where it says pilot, you'll have that turned to that little knob. You'll push in, and then you will light right there. You'll stick your lighter right in here, light the pilot. Once the pilot's lit and stays glowing like that, then you just come down here to the knob. As you can see, we are up and running. Everything in this trailer is functioning as it is supposed to. I did take out the, because this is all brand new, and so you've got some plastic on there. So I did take that out. This is your catch pan, so that'll just slide right in there like that, which I'll have in there once I shut everything down. Now, to shut down, obviously you're going to want to come in here and you're going to want to turn all these knobs to the off position. Make sure everything is off. Just like you check it before you turn your propane on. To turn the propane off, you want to make sure that's in the off position here. Now, for your fryer, again, off position. Now this one's a little bit different. This one you're going to have to actually physically go down here and turn the knob to the off position. So as you can see, off is lined up with your little knob here. So that lets you know that your fryer is turned off, and as you can see, the pilot has burned out. The pilots are going to stay lit, as you can see here and here, and they will burn out on their own once you turn off the propane system. As you can see here, this window, just to show you really quick, just loosen this. The window will raise, tighten it to keep it to stay, and then you've got a screen in there that will lift up as well. Upper cabinets, AC, all right, so now we're going to go out here, turn off this propane system. This is what you're going to want to do when you shut down every single day. Going to come out here. We're going to now turn this valve to the off position, and we're going to come over here and we're going to turn off the tank valve. All right, so that is going to wrap up our whoops, I need to show you the awning actually. So right here is your awning control panel. So to extend it, you just push the extend button. You can see it coming out there. Gets down to there. You are fully extended. Pull it back in. Right, now we are shut. Okay, so now that will wrap up our video here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or any concerns, please never hesitate to give us a call here at SLE. We'll help you any way we possibly can. Have a great day, and best of luck with your trailer. Thank you.